Okay, we are live. This is the House Republican Caucus. It is Wednesday, March 18th at about 2:15. We're going to be discussing only one bill, which is H 606. And on the calendar, it is firearms procedure. So I'm going to turn it over to the Vice Chair of Judiciary. On our Judiciary Committee, our Republicans are Tom Burdett, Ken Goslant, Tom Oliver, Zach Harvey, and Alicia Millay. So, and 4 of the 5 are here.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Patty. I'm going to rely on my other committee members if need be, but I'll just do a Reader's Digest version of what 606 is. The first section, and I don't even know if these sections are in order, but one section deals with the felonies of a firearm. Last year, Ann Donahue brought a bill to us to make it a felony to steal any firearm. The state of Vermont laws, I'm not sure about the federal law, says that they have to be valued at over $900, just like retail. And then this would have changed that. No matter the value of the firearm, would have made it a felony. There was a couple small issues that in that piece that got changed, but anyway, that's one piece. Another piece had to do with language, basically, and the language that was in the bill. It called firearms rapid fire, and we actually went to the NRA language on that and changed that to machine guns. And another piece of it was the mental health piece. And from as far as I know, the chair of Judiciary is going to divide the question, and we will be voting on the mental health piece separately, which is section 3, and then we will be voting on the other parts of the bill. And if everything passes, we'll be voting on the whole bill. But I'm gonna go to Representative Harvey here in a second as far as the mental health piece goes. But the way that I understand it right now, that the mental health piece is a big umbrella and potentially can pull people in, that may have had a mental health episode of some kind that may not deserve to be pulled into under the umbrella, and potentially have their firearms taken away. But Zach, because he's done it before, he can explain it better than I can. So I'm not afraid to defer to somebody that may be able to speak a little better. So
thanks, Tom. And so I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version of what I believe Section 3 seeks to accomplish. I think there are a couple of concerns that I've heard loud and clear from a lot of you in the room, is that if someone is a veteran of our armed forces and is suffering from PTSD and they're looking to seek help, mental help and relief and counseling, would this impact them? And the understanding of those on the committee is that while there is a petition process so that people can maintain their Second Amendment rights, but this bill is extremely far-reaching in that it would limit access to the Second Amendment for those people that are trying to seek help, or if they have some kind of crisis and they aren't actively seeking help, all of a sudden their Second Amendment could be infringed. And I think just in plain spoken English, we had the Defender General, Matt Valerio, testify as one of the witnesses on this bill. And I put it to Matt, quite frankly, I said, Matt, do you think this is could this find the face of a constitutional challenge? And his answer is that he had concerns about this section as it was currently written. So Section 3 was one of the trade-offs that we were negotiating with the chair of House Judiciary on. Martin, the chair Lalonde, did not remove it from the bill prior to us taking a vote on it. Obviously, you're seeing Section 3 in the bill as currently written. And I think, for me, some of the language in the bill, right, and there's 5 distinct sections. The first, as the Vice Chair Burdett mentioned, is on grand larceny and essentially mirroring a lot of language in other states and also the federal government. The second section 2, I also have concerns with, and I don't know if since I have the floor and this is the forum that we have to discuss it. If someone is convicted of a violent crime and if they were wrongfully convicted, all of a sudden they went years without their Second Amendment right. And so that is also a section that I have really severe reservations on. And then as the vice chair mentioned on section 4, which is the bump fire stocks and machine guns. I mean, machine guns, as we've talked about, even in this forum, are a highly regulated weapon, number one. And number two, the NRA themselves crafted that language and gave it to the chair to include in the bill. So I think there is a level of, I would say, comfort with section 4, at least, in that modifications could be made in the Senate as needed. But there are really two sections that there are probably, I think a lot of us that are very pro Second Amendment would have reservations and concerns on as they were introduced to the body.
Thank you, Zach. And just one more thing. I want to give kudos to the chair of House Judiciary because he is splitting the bill. And that's something that some of us had talked about doing. And then it turned out he did exactly what we were talking about doing. And also the most egregious part of the bill was pulled out, and that was the holding the manufacturers liable, if there was an incident. And I know I've said it before, but the Sportsman Federation was, I'll just say, quite pleased that was pulled out. Other than that, I mean, anybody can vote any way they want on any of this. I'll tell you right now, the way I'm voting is I'm not supporting any of it. And the reason, a big reason is, for me is my constituents. I'm in the district I live in. I know that a big majority of my constituents don't appreciate firearms bills in any way, shape, or form. And this bill has been around probably for 4 or 5, 6 months. So that's all they've been hearing is the negative about it. And within a couple of days, there's no way to get the information out to them and to let them know that it has changed. But I also still have some, there's little pieces of the felony part that I have issues with that I hopefully will get changed in the Senate. And again, I think I already said it with the mental health part. There's some issues in there that I'm not crazy about. But then what time are we
So
back on
I
the floor?
just want to, if Alicia has anything to say or Ken go slant, do you have anything to add to the?
Add to Burville and some potentially far-reaching consequences. We took very little testimony on it. A day and a half, I believe.
It was quick.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for
Great
that.
point.
And Ken?
You just said it. I think we got a draft of it like at 5 something at night, and then we're voting on it like at 2 o'clock on a Friday. That with such a controversial bill that we in the 8.5 years that I've been in here, that's just unacceptable.
Okay.
That's not fair to Vermont.
So anyway, we have
we have 2 caucus members that may want to make a.
yeah, I saw Wayne over
Yeah.
here first, and then I saw
Mike.
Representative Morgan and then Representative Nelson. So
So we have now the $900 numbers for the minutes, that's.
yes.
So, did you take any testimony or was there any discussion about? I mean, that's a property value thing. I mean, if you're worried about someone speeding gun to commit a crime, then it doesn't matter how much a gun costs. You know, a 2-cent gun or a gun that you get for nothing is going to be just as big a problem. So why was that discussed at all?
Well, again, the retail value right now, or for anything that's stolen, for it to be a felony, has to be above $900. That was that's been law for a long time. And anyway, because of the threat that a firearm could make, that's why we said any firearm.
So any other property stolen, the 900 is the same. Right?
Yes, that stays the same. Yeah.
Mike?
Real quick, Tom or whoever on the committee, under section 4, where it talks about bump stocks, didn't the federal government just overturn? Yeah, sorry, yeah, just say that they're actually okay, but here we're trying to say they're not, we're not going to allow it in Vermont then, or am I just?
Did the Supreme Court overturn it, or was it a circuit?
U.S. Supreme Court just ruled Garland v. Cargill that bump stocks do not turn a semi-auto
automatic rifle into a machine gun.
Okay. Yeah, but we already did that a couple of years ago as far as our law goes. We made bump stocks illegal. And I don't know as we may be able to circumvent federal law on that.
That's what I mean. I think this is problematic being in there.
Yeah, but this doesn't change the bump stock law. It just is just a mention in there.
They're just mentioning it.
Yeah, this does not.
We already have a Vermont law that.
Yes.
Bump stocks.
Yes. This does not change anything to do with bump stocks.
Okay, so it's what's there is already statutorily in place.
Yeah.
And finally, Richard.
All right, so two parts. First, enforce the gun rules, the gun laws we have on the books already, state and federal. Takes care of everything, about everything. But second off, FRTs, force reset triggers, they're still legal because ATF has ruled that they're okay, so that makes them still okay in this rule.
Yeah, because it just mentions machine guns now and not manipulating, I guess, I don't know if that's the right word or not, manipulating a firearm.
Yeah, so.
Because it pretty much follows federal law, and the language that we have in there now is NRA
And
language.
so for my friends that have the tax stamp and went through the in-depth review and own that full auto M4 is still legal to do so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's not taking away the rights to those who own machine guns now.
Because we've got to go. So Sandy, you're the last one.
I just wanted to know, how, are they splitting it 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, pulling
No, three.
1, 2, 4, and 3.
Okay.